Hey guys, Mike here at MH Tutorials and welcome back to a new video. Alright, well today we're going to create a game prop that is probably one of the most common. We're going to create a wooden pallet, okay? And we're going to model it, we're going to UV it, we're going to texture it, and we're going to bake out the color map so you have your model and your color map ready to go, alright? Okay, so we're just going to load a reference image. I'm not going to specifically trace it, but just so we have something to look at. So I'm going to go to my panel view, go to my front view, and go to View, Image Plane, and Import Image. And I have a picture of a palette somewhere around here. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for, all right? So we're going to hit R, we're going to scale it up a bit, and we're just going to kind of eyeball this, all right? Now, as you can see, you have three wider boards and two that are a bit more narrow. So we're going to take a polygon cube and we'll just hit W to move it over here, hit R to push it down and make it nice and flat, and then pull it out. And we kind of need to keep the proportions in mind, so something like that, and then bring it down a bit. All right, so that's board number one. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate, W to move over to about here, and then hit Shift D to repeat that. Okay, then I'm going to take one of these guys, we're going to hit Control D, and we're going to move it in between. And I'll just check that for my top view. On this one, we're going to hit R and we're going to scale it in slightly. And then we're going to hit Control D to duplicate, W to move over, and we're going to position that right there. Whoops. Right there, like so. So that's our top deck, if you will. Now you can see that we have two boards running underneath here. So we're going to take one of these, Control D to duplicate, E to rotate. Let's rotate that to -90. In our top view, we're going to hit W and we're going to move it over. Hit 4 for wireframe mode. All right. And we're going to bring that in. And then we're going to right click, go to vertex, take these and bring that up like so. We're going to right click, go to object mode, come on. There we go. Control D to duplicate and bring that over here. I have to zoom in. Okay. Then we're going to take these two boards, 1 and 2, and we're going to bring them down a bit. 4 for wireframe mode. And as you can see, they're not perfectly aligned, and that's kind of the point because it's wood, right? So don't make it too clean. This is going to be a low poly mesh, and we don't want to curve the edges and so forth and bevel it because it will become too high poly. So to give it some realistic look, don't make it too precise. Okay. All right, so we got that, and then we have the square pieces of wood, and we have some additional boards on the bottom there. Okay, so we're going to take another cube. Let's pull that out and move that over, and then from our top view, hit F to zoom in. Let's kind of scale that guy so it kind of fits into this space right here. And again, don't be too precise about it. All right, so we've got one there. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate. We're going to move on over here. F to zoom in. Okay, we're going to select both. Hit Control D to duplicate. Move it over. F to zoom in. Looks all right. We're going to check our reference. So we got 4 on the corners. We need 2 here and 2 there. Okay. So first we're going to bring them to the right height. So with all 4 of them selected, we're going to go to this view and we're going to bring them down. And this will make the palette way too high. So we're going to go to Mesh and Combine, right-click Vertex, drag-click the bottom vertices and bring them up to about here. Okay. And then we're going to right-click, go to Object Mode, and actually go to Mesh and Separate first. So we're going to take 1 and 2, Control D to duplicate. We're going to bring that to the middle, and these need to be tweaked a little bit because these guys, you can see that this has a board on top of that. Okay, so these guys we're going to adjust. All right, so we're going to right-click at Object Mode. We're going to select these 2. Right-click Vertex, take the top vertices and bring them up like so. And it looks like I only got 1. So we're going to have to do that one as well. For wireframe mode, right-click Vertex, drag Select. And there we go. And then we're going to need 2 in the middle here. So we'll take 1 and 2, Control D to duplicate, bring that in. Right there. Okay. Looks like they have the right height, so that's good. And then finally, we have 2 boards on the bottom, which means that we need to extend these 2 later on, but we'll do that, that's fine. So we'll take this one and this one, Control D to duplicate and bring that down. Bring it up, so there's a fit. And then this guy and the one opposite, they're actually still combined, that's fine. They need to come down a bit. So right-click Vertex, drag Select, and for some reason I only got 1. So right-click Object Mode, right-click Vertex, drag Select. There we go. So that's the base of our palette. Okay. So next, we're going to get rid of this guy, and we're going to start to UV this guy right here. And actually, to be honest, guys, although we didn't see that in our original, based on personal knowledge, there should be a board in the middle here as well. Okay, so we'll take these 2, get rid of them. We'll take 1, 2, and 3 and the board. Control D to duplicate, and we'll bring that into the middle. Just looks better. All right. Yeah, better. Okay. We're going to drag select everything. We're going to Control G to group, modify and center pivot, edit, delete by type, history, and modify freeze transformations. And then from our top view, we're going to hold down X and we're going to snap it to the center of our grid. Okay. All right. So what's next? We need some nails. Okay. So for that, we'll take a simple polygon cylinder. We'll pull that out, hit R, push that down quite a bit, and scale it in quite a bit. Have to zoom in. Let's make it even smaller. That looks about right. Okay. We're going to W to bring that in and pull that up. And then we can see if they are the right size or not. I think they're a bit small. Yeah, that's about the right size. Okay, so let's put one here. I have to zoom in and make sure it's not floating in midair. All right, we're going to hit Control D to duplicate. We're going to bring one over and we're going to tweak its position just slightly because we don't want these to be perfectly synced. Okay, we're going to hit Control D to duplicate. Let's bring two over here and Shift D for two over there. And again, we'll just tweak the position a bit later. Let Control D to duplicate, move on over here, Control D, move on over here, select them both, Control D and move them over here. All right. Now we're going to take our, let's see, Windows Outliner. I'm going to take my group. I'm going to hit Control H to hide. That will allow us to select all of our nails. Hit Control D to duplicate. Move that over. Go to Display and Show All. So we have our palette back in sight again. Move them over here. And we'll do Control D and move a set of nails over here. Okay. Then we're going to go back to Windows Outliner, select our group, Control H, select all of our nails, Control G, and we'll call them nails. And then in our outliner, group 1, display show all, we'll call that palette. All right. Okay. Now let's UV map this thing. All right. So what I'll do is I'll do one board and then I'll pause the video and then I'll do the rest. Otherwise, this is going to be very, very boring. Okay. So we'll take one of these boards. We're going to go to UV and we'll do, where'd you go? Automatic mapping. We're going to go to UV editor. Here's my board. All right. I'm going to right click, go to shell. This is my top, as you can see here. I'm going to hit W and move that over here. And then I'm going to right click, go to edge, select that edge, polygon, move and so. Select that one, move and so. This will connect my bottom part, move and so. And then I have this section down here, move and so, and the section down here, move and so. Whoops, that's not right. Hang on. Oh, that one goes up there. Sorry. All right. So this is the first shell, which is that complete board. Okay. I'll pause the video, do the rest, and then I'll get back to you. All right, guys. Well, the entire palette has been UV'd, as you can see, and like I expected, it was very boring, but nevertheless, here we go. We got it. And next step, we are going to texture this guy. All right. Now, first, we're going to start with our nails. So we're just going to go to Window, Outliner, and we'll take our nails, and then we will right-click, go to Assign New Material, and let's do a Lambert. And we'll take a color, and we'll take, let's see, something towards rusty brown, and they're going to be quite small. And keep in mind, this is a game engine prop, right? Okay. Next, because this is all UV'd, we are going to right click and go to object mode. We're going to take all our boards. Actually, why not just do that here? Palette, there we go. And we're going to right click, assign new material, Lambert, checkered box, file, folder. And on my desktop, I have this wood texture. And we're going to turn on our texture button. And as you can see, we have some alignment issues and we have some scaling issues. Okay, so we're going to select the whole thing. We're going to go to UV editor. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to right click, go to UV, drag select all of it, move this out of the way a little bit, and let's rotate. So in that direction, they're good. Okay. And let's see if we have any mismatches. Now, the problem that we're running into is as far as the texture is concerned, the map is fairly low poly. So, and in general, I hate low poly models anyway, but okay, that's fine. All right, so we got this guy, and what we're going to do next is we are going to drag select the entire thing. All right, in object mode, we're going to go to mesh and combine. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate it. Move that over, and then we'll call this guy Control G. We'll call this the low poly, and then this guy, let's see if that is our original group. It should be. Not really. So we'll create a new group, and we'll call this high poly. Now, it's not necessarily high poly, but we want to bake the texture onto it. Okay. So we're going to go to Windows Outliner, Low Poly, right click, assign new material, basic Lambert, so we can just see what's going on. All right. We're going to go to Window Outliner, take our high poly and move it on top. Have to zoom in. Let's make sure that's a clean fit. All right. And then we're going to go in to, hang on. Okay, rendering, lighting, shading, and transfer maps. We are going to clear all. Now what we want to create is a diffuse map. Okay, so we're going to select this guy. And up here we need to add the meshes that we want to use. So our target mesh is going to be our low poly. So we're going to go to Windows Outliner, select our low poly, and we're going to add that as our target. Then our source mesh is our high poly. So we're going to go to Window Outliner, high poly. Looks like we got this reversed. Yeah, we do. Okay. So I renamed it. I named it incorrectly, but okay, we'll just reverse that. So we're going to clear all. So my window outliner, my high poly will be my target. My low poly will be my source. Okay, diffuse selected, and I don't want an ambient occlusion, so we'll remove that. I do want a diffuse, and I want this saved on my desktop as palette color. Okay, let's save that. We're going to scroll down. We're going to go to the common outputs, 1K maps, fine. We're going to leave all of that as is, and we're going to hit bake and close. And let's see, looks like I didn't select. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right, one more time. High poly, and as target. Low poly, and as source. Okay, and okay. We got our diffuse map, we got that set up. All right, bake and close. I'll pause the video, I'll be back in a sec. Well, guys, the bake is done, and this is the end result. Like I said, it's low poly, so it doesn't look very realistic, but for an average game scene, it's okay, I think. And yeah, that's the process. So hopefully it was helpful, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.